Hi there, so today's vlog is about me trying to do something with this light pencil sketch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some drawing inks over the top, but layer it up hopefully with some sort of reds maybe, and greys and other colours what I can. It's like supposed to be like a zombie like top half in like a sewer sort of background, so I may do some maybe greens or something in the background, I don't know. But you can just barely see it at the moment, but I'm going to add some drawing inks to it and then take it from there, and then do the usual linking over the top and just see how it goes. I want there to be loads of rotten details on this zombie because it's underwater, well, under like a sewer type system, so it would have rotted a bit and you know, all that jazz, so that's what I'm going to do.
what do you mean it's empty? I was just drinking it a minute ago.
So I've got the loose paint sketch thing out the way with now. I can start to ink this and add some like darker areas where I want to highlight things like the eyes and the nose socket, the teeth, the jaw, and pretty much all the rotten details, which I can do with a thin ink pen. I've got a brush pen here. It's the Pitt Faber-Castell Artist brush pen. Just start to do some darker bits. Going in between that eyeball, because it's like this eyeball's sort of like burst, so there's lots of detail that I want to try and get done. Zoom in slightly. It's the lighting's not too great, but it's workable. Just try and add some details of this like brush pen, try and flesh things out. I need to work out exactly where everything is, like the cheekbone there, and in between like there's lots of rotten flesh and things that we're trying to work out. Kicking the camera again. So yesterday's vlog was a bit late to upload. No reason really, just didn't have time yesterday to upload it, so it should be uploaded now. You know, this one as well, so it's like sort of like I've uploaded 2 today, so it's, you know, it's all good. Get back on track. So yeah, try and do a lot more details. Try and sketch the teeth in there. I've left like a white space for the teeth. So I've just like coloured that in there, so that's a lot of like hanging or dripping flesh that I can work on there. Do the lines for that. Try and follow where I've coloured, sort of thing. Just try and build it up. Blood drips there as well. Using like the thinner ink pens, which will hopefully help. Start to try and sketch in these teeth now with the ink pens. The more you add like the lines that you want to add, it begins to sort of tighten things up and create a drawing that you can work with more. Well, you know these paint sketch things now, I've done quite a few now, so it's a good way of working. Do a gap there. That tooth's just gone wonky that way. Remember the teeth on that side are all damaged and there's lots of flesh and stuff. So the eyes burst as well, so try and wet that out a bit more. Try and follow all these paint strokes. Try and get to the edges of them and just create something out of them, you know. It's almost as if I meant to do these paint strokes, even though there was just like random, you know, bits, quick paint strokes. But it's always good to outline everything when you do this method of working. Draw the clothing edges. Not sort of like rags and things. It's a little bit more looser than I actually thought, but it still can be worked on. It just means spending more time on it. Try and separate the little bits that I've done. So what I want to try and work on is adding some like cross hatching and stuff. Maybe come back to it and then see what else I can add to it. Some of that tooth there needs a bit more whitening and things like that, a bit there, here and there, but I want it to appear like it's sort of like all the sewage has like rotted it more, so it's a lot of that blood is going to be like more brownish, I think, in time. Yeah, it's just about working on it more, that's all. So I just want to add some darker green to the background now, with some dark drawing ink. I'm using an emerald colour now. Water it down slightly. Let's try and do that, and then I'll just pin it on the side. Just want a bit of a, which I think that could be too light. No, that's alright, that's alright for now. I can do it less watery next time. Just add a nice different green to it, just to flesh it out a little bit more. In fact, I could try and add in it and not. A bit watery. Maybe a bit of the forefront as well, needs to be a bit shadowed. Just add a different shade of green into it. It's supposed to be like sewage type water, but I can work on that later. I just wanted to add a bit more of that, and then I can start to ink this more. Done a little bit of inking on it, but not too much. Need to add loads of details and other stuff. So I need to work on adding a bit more darkness underneath the chin area and stuff like that, and then I can maybe go in and add some maybe darker greys and things and just try and flesh it out a bit, because it looks different than it does on camera here. Don't know if I can change. No, it just shows up a bit lighter on the camera, that's all. Anyway, so I want there to be quite a bit of shadow under here, just to show that it's in shadow. I don't want to fill it in totally black, you know, just like a solid black colour or anything like that, because I could still add maybe some darker greys against that, just under there as well. This is important that I do that. Rid of smaller details. I think that'll do for that. So yeah, what I need to do is just add a lot more hatching and stuff like that, just to add to this, because them lines are a bit too thick. So I think it's best just to add thinner lines right next to it, just to show like shadows and things like that. I mean, a lot of the colour would show that anyway, but as part of the style of my drawings, I quite like to do lots of details and cross hatching and just like loads of quick ink work, which just add to the shadows as well. So, well, yeah, if you've been hanging around these videos for quite a while, then you should know them. That I like to add lots of detail. See that detail there? Yeah, loads of cross hatching and stuff, which I can add more greys to, darker greys. I think that's what I can do later on. I like this drawing, it's slowly coming together, just trying to work things out, problem solve as I'm going along, as with any other drawing really. Just wanted to ink a few more little details on that side of the head, just helps, you know, with the overall effect really. As I've said before, it's good to follow certain paint strokes where the end where another colour begins, you can just ink the outline around that, you know, sort of thing. So it sort of looks like you're meant to do that, when in fact you didn't. This one's more of a really loose looking zombie drawing than anything else. When you sort of zoom in, you can see some of the little mistakes and things like that, which help make this sort of a unique drawing. Sort of an exploration of the art process that I try and do, this loose paint sketch technique, which I'm trying to perfect. You know, quite like it, quite like inking over the drawing inks and stuff and try and make sense of them very basic paint strokes. But yeah, it's going okay, I suppose. I'm sort of losing interest in it, but that's the way it is. I think, I don't know if I've done the chin should have ended up there, and all this is, yeah, so maybe some more shadows are needed. And all this is just like flesh and skin just like dripping off the face maybe. So I have to maybe do some final type of lines there, just to show that it's all dripping off the face perhaps. more shadow wherever possible. I don't know, just in between some of that, I think there, just try and separate it. Yeah, that's the best way to do that, because I want all the skin and everything, like I said before, just to appear like rotten, like all the sewage has done something to the zombie. It doesn't look normal, sort of thing. So that's the reason behind the colouring and that what. So and I can just add like loads of other details to it, details that might matter or they might not. Sometimes I can add way too much detail and it just looks unnecessary, but sometimes I think it's good to do that. Just figuring things out. Yeah. I'm liking it though, it's quite loose. I quite like the design. It looks like an old Fulci sort of zombie horror movie or something, type zombie, you know, from the movies. So it's quite good. So I'm going to leave this one there for now. Sort of like not lost interest, but I've got other drawings to try and sort out. But I quite like the looseness of this. It's not really as tight on the inks as I wanted, but I quite like the colours and just the overall hastiness of it, like it's been painted quite fast or something, and but it still has some kind of style to it, some kind of quality that I quite like. So I could always return to it or not at some point, but yeah, quite like it. Not my usual work, but it is something half finished still, but I quite like it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next vlog. Cheers now.